Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Beer and Stuff with C. Today we'll be looking at what's the best Japanese beer. And today we've got specifically Asahi Super Dry and Sapporo Premium Beer. So hopefully you're sitting back, cracking a cold one here, checking out my new backdrop. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, all things considered, it is a shower curtain after all. A Japanese beer is so misunderstood that it might as well be speaking in a thick Asian accent. You ever notice how you drink Japanese beer when you go out for Japanese food and you really like it, but then you never ever buy it outside of a Japanese restaurant? I don't know. Let's get cracking and popping here. And the Asahi, not a twist off. Got my multi-tool here. Don't have a proper bottle opener with me right now. Okay, Asahi Super Dry. Well, these beers, like usual in our comparison, have a few things in common. Okay, they're both lagers. They're both Japanese, and the brands were both started in the 1800s. Sapporo was founded in 1876 and is the oldest brewery in Japan. Asahi was founded in 1889, and an interesting fact is that the Asahi is actually the #1 selling Japanese beer. The Super Dry specifically came out in 1987 and took them from being the #3 selling beer to the #1 selling beer in Japan. Sapporo is Japan's #3 selling beer. Another thing that both of these beers have in common is that they're both 5% alcohol. Okay, so we're here to determine what is the best Japanese beer. So let's get right into it here. I'm gonna taste the Asahi. Lovely. Somewhat dry. I don't know about super dry, but dry. Sapporo. That's a very good beer. Now, I will say actually, as I was switching over to the Sapporo, I really started to notice a drying effect on the aftertaste, almost a bitterness to the Asahi. Yeah, there it is. On the Sapporo, definitely not as bitter and not as dry. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it is super dry. The Sapporo actually appears to be a little bit sweeter as well. It's a little bit, the Sapporo is a little bit sweeter and milder from a sensory perspective. The Asahi has a slight sharpness to it, not specifically with the bitterness, but I poured it right out of a bottle, but it almost has kind of that tinniness to it. Asahi is definitely less sweet than the Sapporo. Both beers are very refreshing, but I feel like if I was washing down some spicy food, I'd be leaning towards the Sapporo. But I think the Asahi is slightly more flavorful. So, you know, if I was just gonna drink a beer, not worrying about washing down any spicy food or anything like that, I might lean towards the Asahi. How do we decide which one is the best Japanese beer? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give the Sapporo I'm gonna give it an 8.5. The Asahi, 8.75. So the winner is Asahi. So like usual here on Beer and Stuff with C, the loser must get crushed. So hey, thanks for joining me. I hope you had an amusing time. I hope you enjoyed a Japanese beer with me, and I really wish you'd subscribe. And appreciate you taking the time to watch the video and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. What do you think the best Japanese beer is? See you next time.